Hello, this is Heather Hoffman, and I'm here with a card using the brand new December 2020 Kit of the Month. I'm doing some tone on tone. I already have my image and sentiment there on some colored cardstock. This cardstock is Saffron Spice from Paper Tray ink. It's just an older one in my stash. And I pulled out some Hero Arts white pigment ink. This is Unicorn. It's called Unicorn ink. I think it's such a fun name. And I'm just using a foam blender brush just to add, it's almost like a little bit of a frosty edge like you'd see on a window pane on a cool morning. I just wanted to add a little texture around the outside of that. I played with a few different ways of blending it. Ended up liking holding it up best, but I did it on the piece of paper as well, just kind of for a different look with the blend. All right, for a little bit of a frame around that, I have a stitched scallop rectangle. This is from Pink Fresh Studio, and it's the largest size, and I'm using a little liquid glue to adhere it, just because it'll give me a little wiggle room to make sure I have it set on there perfectly. As you can see, just because that will stay wet just for a second so I can get it set in place. And I had that paper trimmed to the perfect size to fit behind it, so I just put it on from behind. That way I could make sure I had it lined up perfectly. I'm going to adhere this onto a slightly off-white card base. This is a cream-colored card base. It's kind of a good in-between those two colors and helps those scallops just to pop a little bit on the background still. All right, now some detail with a white gel pen. You may notice I grabbed just a little piece of post-it tape there, and I like to, sometimes those white gel pens can get a little clogged, so I always try and kind of get them rolling and moving a little bit first before I start using them on my project. And I'm just adding some little highlight lines and filling in some of the little bubble dots, and then added a few extra bubbles in the glass there as well. I don't know if you can see those on there, but just to add a little bit of shine and interest there. All right, I'm going to do the same thing and start off this bottle. This is some Nuvo glitter drops in Blizzard, which are just clear and sparkly. I'm going to use that to cover the bubbly in the glass. I could just kind of outline the edges and then fill in the center, trying to keep it as smooth and level as possible. So when it dries, it just kind of has a level texture. And then around the rest of it on the glass, I'm going to add a little bit of shine using some glossy accents. I've got a fine detail tip on there. I'm going to kind of follow the same thing that I did with that other. I'm going to go around and add kind of an outline around the edges. This is going to kind of create a cage that's going to hold all that glossy accents in. Then I can just squeeze it in to flood and fill that whole center of that image. And I did that on both tops of the glasses, and then I'm finishing off here at the bottom of the glasses as well. And those white gel pen details are still going to show through this texture on there as well. All right. Then I'm actually ended up setting that aside to fully dry overnight. But before I did that, I added a few more little dots kind of around there with my white gel pen. Just a little more, almost a sparkle effect just to help that pop. And then again, when that all dries, you get some great texture and shine. Also add some color on that cardstock, kind of a tone on tone effect. Thanks so much for coming by today. I hope you enjoyed and have a wonderful day.